I'm Poet, who are you?
David Vujanic.
And this is the show, and you leave your comments below, and some of them are, and it's an epic moment in this show. It only goes,
Comment of the week.
This week, we're outside the carpet. We're going to the final. Sorry, that wasn't even the script. I just thought I'd run with it, man.
Today we are talking about the player of the year. Who is going to win it?
We speak about Manchester United versus Chelsea.
We're talking to Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. But first, it's not a Tuesday, it is a Monday. We are going up on a Monday. And apparently, I Am KJ has made up a great song, which I want to try and sing. Comments below on a Monday. No longer in a Tuesday. I was missing it on a Wednesday and on a Thursday and Friday. Watch footy on a Saturday, left a comment on a Sunday.
All right, he didn't get the melody right. He really didn't get the melody. No, it's not your fault. A fantastic attempt.
It's the syllables.
Yeah, it's all a bit. Before we get on to Chelsea versus Manchester United, we're just going to shed a little bit of light in Spain. Messi, congratulations on getting your 400th goal. Finishing crazy. Celebrating.
Messi.
You seem to always be slipping when you celebrate, but at least it's not as bad as Stevie Gerrard. Anyway, let's move on to Chelsea versus Manchester United. Tirana said, do you think the league is completely Chelsea's now? And E87855 Don says Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. Oscar makes a through ball for Eden Hazard and, as expected, tucks the chance away. Your thoughts on the game?
Chelsea are going to win the league. We've been saying it since November, September, October. I think they absolutely deserve it. Quality of that squad, the managerial leadership, all the way from the money coming in from Mr. Roman Abramovich himself. The organisation is working, world-class players in every position.
Whoa, hold the phone. The reason why Chelsea are winning the league is because of one man. Jose Mourinho. That's it. Jose Mourinho has instilled this winning mentality into this Chelsea team. In the midfield, I'm sorry, they haven't got the balance correct. Matic, Cesc and Oscar, to me, is not the correct balance. I feel if Manchester United had Carrick, Fellaini and Herrera, they would have won, because that is a completely different balance. I think Jose Mourinho knew in that game there, you know what, Manchester United actually played better football than us. Let's stick to our game. 9 man behind the ball, maybe even 10 at times, hit them on a counter and get a goal. And they won the game. So I think it's Jose Mourinho that's got the best out of them. His whole thing is, I don't care how we win, it's all about winning.
Chelsea will win the league. Hazard put away the goal. And it seems like he's going to win PFA Player of the Year.
Or is he? Because Footy Man says this. Who is going to win Player of the Year? Kane or Costa? Oof. Mr. Banana has said, Alexis Sanchez nominated for Player of the Year. Thoughts? Now, I understand a lot of people are going to say Eden Hazard deserves Player of the Year. And if you take a look at that Chelsea side, he's definitely been Chelsea's best player. But my Player of the Year, if I'm honest with you, is De Gea.
Ooh.
De Gea is my Player of the Year. If you look back at some of the games like Everton, for example, Everton at Old Trafford, there was 2 incredible saves he makes. Even the penalty, and right at the end, the free kick. I feel like he's made more match-winning contributions to that Manchester United side than anyone else in the Premier League.
In my opinion, I'd give it to Coutinho like John Terry. All right, I'm having a laugh. I think it should go to Eden Hazard.
Leave a comment, let us know who you think should be Player of the Year. Now, one player that's had an incredible year, and we haven't really mentioned, is Harry Kane. Nominated for Young Player of the Year. And if you look what he's done for Spurs, mate, 30 goals. And his season's really started in October, November.
Harry Kane, English, bred and born, and his finishing for me is impeccable. However, what I don't agree with is players being put in the Young Player of the Year category and in the Player of the Year category. So surely if you win Player of the Year, you win Young Player of the Year. I just don't understand. I feel you should separate it. And the age, 23, 24, that's not young in football. You need to clarify it. Let's make that under 21.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you've got an under 21 championship. Maybe that should be the benchmark. Under 21, you're looking at young players. And now you're looking at 2 or 3 people being in 2 categories. And it makes it just, I feel, a bit more worthless. Let's lower the age gap.
Yeah.
And make it more competitive for these Players of the Year competitions.
Who would you give it to anyway? Young Player of the Year?
Harry Kane.
Yeah?
Without a doubt.
Leave a comment, let us know who you think your Young Player of the Year should be. All right, moving on, we caught up with Ralph Little and we asked him for his predictions of the week.
Hey Poet, hey Vuj, Ralph Little here. I think the Premier League winners this year are going to be Man United. Because I live in a dream world. No, they aren't. It's going to be Chelsea. It was always going to be Chelsea because they've got Mourinho. Arsenal 2, United 3, and anyone except City or Liverpool 4. So, I don't know, Palace. I don't care. Anyone that's not City or Liverpool would do me.
Thank you, Ralph. Next time I see you, I owe you 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisp.
All right, you may have noticed that the camera angle has changed. That only means one thing. He brings his own chair. He brings his own chair.
Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV.
He brings his own chair.
Shove up, boys, shove
up.
Move up, move
get
up.
in,
Move up.
get in here.
Well, Vuj, going to the first comment from Michael Carpenter, we can just get onto some Arsenal talk.
Okay. Michael Carpenter says, Sanchez 2, Reading 1. I'm sure that's what the headlines and haters will say.
Is that true?
It was true. I didn't understand the changes we made in the game. You know, Gibbs coming in, even the Chesney one. You know, me personally, I'd like to stick with. I know why he does it, because he's trying to give everyone a game, but I would have stuck with the strongest team. Go back to your question, I'd say with Sanchez, what I like about him, he has a shot. And sometimes if you have a shot, you know, you score. You know, and you know, if he hadn't taken that second shot against the Reading keeper,
He threw it into his own net.
You know, I mean, but that wouldn't have happened. And those are the sort of, you can get a deflection. You know, we saw in the Liverpool game yesterday with Coutinho. So sometimes we don't shoot enough, but Sanchez's guy is always very positive and he will have a shot.
Let's talk about the final. There's a couple of questions here. One from Mr. Richardson. It says, Villa 2, Liverpool 1. Poor performance from Liverpool, but great win for Villa. Can they beat Arsenal in the final?
They're playing on a different level now. They've got dangerous players, Benteke, Bonio. They can win the final if we're not on it. But I think if Arsenal are on it in the final, if we start with the right intensity and that, we will beat them. We're a better team than them. We've beaten them on many, many occasions. So we can beat them, but as you saw yesterday, you've got to be switched on because they're going to be right up for it.
So we understand that Villa are in the final. That must mean you lost yesterday. You were there, weren't you?
I was there. Unfortunately, Steven Gerrard, no birthday dream final. It wasn't written in the stars. It's now somewhere in the bin. Our dream is done. The atmosphere was great after the first Coutinho goal. However, by the end, all the Liverpool fans left, and you were just left with a sea of Villa singing their songs. Very disappointing.
I honestly believed that Liverpool were going to beat Aston Villa. You took the lead, and then after that, it just became all Villa. It could have been 3-4-1.
I think we went wrong with the team selection. Gerrard shouldn't have started. It wasn't meant to be. Lack of energy, and bringing on Balotelli second half. Even though Balotelli, I feel, played quite well, we changed our dynamic, flat back four. I think we just became too slow. It was all moving too slow. There was no action. It was just cross-field passes, no incision. Coutinho is not the only man that we can count on. So Villa, well deserved.
Predictions, final, what do you reckon?
I think we can win the final, as I said. We're good enough to beat Villa. We destroyed Villa early on in the season. I know you can't go by that.
Nah.
It will suit us, the fact that we've seen what they did against Liverpool in the semi-final, so we're going to know how they're going to come. We know they're going to be very attacking. There's no way they're going to sit back against that, and that will suit Arsenal.
All right, I would like to thank Robbie for coming in, mate. We're going to Wembley. We're going to Wembley again.
We're there.
We are.
It's good sport. He's a good sport.
This is Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. But Robbie, we've got a show today. I'm afraid you have to depart now.
And take your own chair.
He takes his own chair.
He takes his own chair. Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. He takes his own chair. Talking of Liverpool, I was there for the New Balance kit launch. You can check that video out on Copper 90. I also managed to catch up with Raheem Sterling to ask him about his recent troubles. Sign the ting, Sterling, sign the ting, sign the ting, sign the ting.
This week we've had so many comments about the A-League in Australia and how tight it is at the top.
The championship.
So, and he's in Australia now, might as well get his opinion.
What's going on, Po and Vuj? Yes, despite the weather you see here, I am back in Australia for a little bit. Our domestic league, the A-League, is coming to a conclusion at the end of the week before the final starts. And whilst Melbourne Victory have already wrapped up the title, all the talk amongst media and fans is actually off pitch. Where do I begin? Probably with Perth Glory, one of the most historic and important clubs in Australian football for the last decade or two. About a month ago, the FFA, our FA, found out they were breaching the salary cap by about 20%, about $400,000, which means now they can't play in the finals. Their CEO has quit in disgrace, and also the fans are boycotting matches in protest. They only had about 5,000 the last game. On top of that is the issue of Melbourne victory and where the grand final is going to be played. During the day the grand final is meant to be played, that's already been booked. The AFL, Aussie Rules Football, are playing at their 45,000 seat stadium, the Melbourne Victory play, for their big games, which they almost always sell out. The AFL's game, Bulldogs versus Fremantle, only gets about 15,000, but they're refusing to move, which means the Victory might have to go to Sydney, their arch nemesis, to play their own home ground final, or play it at Amy Park in Melbourne, which is their home ground, but only seats about 30,000, meaning tens of thousands will miss out on what is the biggest game in football in Australia.
Cue normal back reference.
Thank you so much, Ellie, for that, and we'll see you soon. But now over to Quickfire Round. Give me your phone, bro. 3, 2, 1.
You're still up on a Tuesday here in New Zealand?
Yes.
Can Swansea push for top 6 next season? I don't know. Bournemouth probably deserve to go up as a big kind of champion. Brighton seems to think honestly they've been a different class. Plus they've got a great manager, Eddie Howe. Watford to go up. If I get featured on the show, I will shake my pubes and floss my teeth with them.
Please
Oh
don't,
yeah.
don't.
Poet, great job when I crossed my chance against Bull Street. Poet, big fan of yours and I'm currently in your country, Jamaica. I would like to ask you, who would you rather in your Arsenal team? Theo Walcott or potentially Raheem Sterling?
Raheem
Who
Sterling.
is the best all-time footballer? Sorry, Pele to me, Ronaldinho, yes!
Power Ranger.
Chris Smalling, 19 games, 4 goals. David Roberts, 26 games, 4 goals. Thoughts?
I don't know.
It's a remix doing. This year, Manchester City edition. They signed Arsenal players, now they jam in for position. What does Poet say look like when it's not Corn Road? The country's turning blue this season. Ever since Arsenal, they haven't lost this FA Cup match.
Okay.
Poet, big fan of yours and I'm currently in your country, Jamaica. I'd ask you, who would you rather ask you if you're Walcott, potentially Raheem Sterling?
It's the same question again.
Good for that. He loved the show. There's Barcelona's front three, make them favourites for the treble. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
What's your guys' thoughts on Chris Bayes' front three, Blasio and 5? Murray, who's banging goals, and Zaha, who's changed his career after Dud moved to United. They're great. Predictions on who wins the Champions League. Liverpool. The
train
since
messed
also a tune after the FA Cup match. It's enough. Russell comment. Oh, this is awful.
The train got involved.
I enjoyed
you read
that.
the same comment twice. It was incredible though. I think that was probably the best quickfire round I've ever done.
16, 17. Oh. Like 16, 17. That's quite bad.
Okay, Vajanik.
That's not my name.
Okay, David. It is that epic moment in the show where we address the millions. And millions of Copper 90 fans all across the world, not on Tumblr.com, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. It's that epic moment in the show that can only be described as in South African.
Imbono Yalemeki!
That is incredible. Absolutely
I think
incredible.
my octaves are quite good. I feel like I could be a singer.
What does octaves mean?
I don't know. Sounded like something to do with the voice.
Jacko says, what do you think about Bournemouth possibly having to ground share if they get to the Prem?
Personally, I don't really agree with ground sharing. I feel they should just let them play at their own ground. About going up, Bournemouth, I feel, thoroughly deserve it. We spoke about it briefly last week. Best goal difference. They are now second though. Watford are top. So my prediction is looking good for the Championship. What do you think of it all, man?
I just want Middlesbrough to go off. They play the best ball.
Leave your comments below. Who is going up in the Championship?
All right, everyone, make sure you're leaving comments about everything you've seen today. Who's player of the year? Who is young player of the year? Your thoughts about Liverpool? Is it over? Is it Brendan Rodgers out? Thoughts about Wenger and Arsenal going to a second FA Cup final in 2 years? Unlucky Booge. And we're going up on a Monday.
Monday.
Gotcha.
Comment the weekend.
We need to think of a song, man.
We're going up on a Monday. Comments, they don't go up on a Sunday.